Just want to check my audio. Hi, Alamgir. You're live now. Just give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me okay with my audio. I think everything is working fine now. I had a bit of a problem with all these technical stuff, but I think we should all be up and running. Oh, perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I can see all your comments and I will answer them as we go along. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Today is 18th August, 2 p.m. in the UK, and I will be here and try to answer any questions you may have regarding your Google Ads, marketing, online advertising, pretty much anything to do with generating leads and sales to grow your business and to take that campaign to the next level. My name is Ozair from SF Digital Studios. Uh, Please put in any questions you may have in the chat box around this video, and I'll try to answer them for you. Please don't leave it to the very last minute, as there is I believe, a 30-second delay. So I will not see your question towards the end of it. So if you have got any questions, just put them in as we go along. I've already got some few which I've already prepared for, and I'll share my screen with you in a second. Okay, hi Nikolai, Alamgir, and we'll get going. All right, let me share my screen. You should be able to see my screen now. Okay, I've got the wrong one, so you can't see me. Okay, that's a bit better. Perfect. All right, let's go. So first question is, do YouTube ads actually work for a business like mine, or is it just for brand awareness? Those of you who have followed me for the last few years, you've seen me upload videos to YouTube on a very regular basis. And the reason being is, yes, it is for brand awareness and branding, but it also builds trust. And videos like this one, this is a live stream, another version of a video to help you guys with any problems or questions you may have. So, yes, it does work, and it's not only about branding. When you need conversions, you need to build that trust beforehand. You will not just get conversions from a cold traffic or somebody who doesn't know you, unless you've got something which nobody else has, and they are in desperate need of that product or service. So, yes, cold audiences do work. However, the conversions or the cost per conversions are quite high compared to a warm or a hot audience. So, a few things which I would like to go through with you. First of all, I'll zoom in a bit for you guys. Those of you who are on your mobile, that might read a bit better. Okay, so video creates demand and search catches it. What I mean by that these are two different campaigns, right? So my video campaigns will create the demand for me, and the search campaigns will catch those conversions for me. So don't expect the same cost per conversion rates from both these different campaigns. However, I spend a lot of money on video ads because I also get direct conversions from there as well at a fraction of the cost. Search campaigns, the cost per click, we all know, is very high. On video, it's usually $3 to $4, dependent on your click-through rate and the CPMs, but it's usually within single digits. So expect video to grow the number of people searching for you. And the way you would find out is through your GA4 analytics. If you find an increase in direct traffic, what I mean by that is somebody typing in the browser www.yourwebsite.com, that's a direct traffic. A brand traffic is where somebody searches your brand name in the Google search bar, then you pop up in your organic rankings or as a paid ad. That is also a brand traffic because they know of you and then they start clicking on it and coming through to your website. So when these numbers start to grow, you know your video campaigns are doing their job. And the video campaign's job is not just to close the traffic or close the sale, I should say, or convert it on that first click, because you will have multiple touch points before somebody converts. So that is what video does for it. The first 5 seconds are pretty much the whole ad. What I mean by that is that's the hook. Say who it is for and name the problem before that skip button appears on the screen. For first 5 seconds, YouTube will force them to watch it. So that's your hook. So don't waste it by introducing who you are, what you do. They don't give two monkeys about it. All they need is what is their solution to their problem. So I see a lot of flashy ads with logos popping up and the animations and all sorts going on. And the first thing that somebody's going to do is to click the skip button. So it just wastes time. Just go straight to the point. The third one is a phone and a quiet room will beat a film crew. So don't think that, oh, I don't have money, I don't have budgets, I don't have equipment, I don't have a team. You can do all of this with a simple setup, a laptop, a phone, and a live streaming app like I have got. I don't need anyone or anybody, and I can get started pretty quickly. It's the same thing with creating a video ad. You don't need anyone, just a smartphone. It shoots on 4K or HD. All you need is inexpensive lighting and a microphone, and that's about it. I'm just going to keep a close eye on the chat over here. Yeah, we're all good. So you don't need to worry about all these things and equipment. So fourth one is target people and not the videos. So you can create custom segments from what your customers are actually searching for. And don't pick any channels they sit on. What I mean by that is those kind of targeted channels on YouTube can get very expensive, and I believe you can't even target them anymore as a target placement. So it's about the person. So if you viewed my video as an ad or as an organic view, I can remarket to you whenever you go to YouTube, whether you're watching a golfing, football video, cooking video, any kind of video, my ad will pop up on that video. So that is the most powerful way, because you're going to get the most traffic from there and reach from those from there as well. Target, I've done the target people and not the videos. And then the fifth one is retarget everyone who watched 30 seconds. So that's a view on a YouTube video ad. So 30 seconds or until the end of the video, whichever comes first. 30 seconds is a long time because I've interrupted your viewing. So that's a long time that they liked what they see and they continue to view that video as an ad for 30 seconds or more. And that is the cheapest warm audience you will ever build, and usually where the inquiries actually come from. I build up tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of audiences for 1,000, 2,000 pounds worth of campaigns. Build it up very quickly in a targeted location. So I know that my audience is there and they are viewing my video in those locations. And this is how you then keep on retargeting to them. You built up that audience, you've paid money to Google, YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, or wherever you are running. You can build up that audience, pool of audiences, and then just keep on testing different offers and different messages until they convert. So don't expect a conversion from that first view. So hope that answers your question. So the bottom line or the simple answer to your question is yes, is it absolutely works, and video marketing is something which very few companies do properly or do it at all. If I were to take 100 companies, maybe 5 would be doing video ads. So there's very little competition on that. So I'm not sure why people don't use it or do it. It's because they are scared of coming in front of the camera. So if you are nervous about being on camera, keep practicing. And the best way to practice is go live. Because first you're committed, you send out an email, you advertise that I'll go live at such and such date and time, and there is no way out. So you know that you've got to go. It's like going to the gym, right? You go to the gym, and if you don't feel like it, you'll say, oh, I'll go tomorrow or next week. But if you got a friend who you're going with, you're committed, you're going to go. So this is it. You are my audience, whether you're watching it live or as a recording. I'm committed to creating this content and answering these questions. So this is how you just keep on getting better and better. And once you've done a few times, it's going to be second nature. All right. So the next question is, I'm getting clicks but no inquiries. What are they going? Or where are they going? All right. So first of all, check your search terms report before you do anything. This is where the first thing you need to do or check, because most of the time you're paying for searches you cannot serve. They are irrelevant searches. People also are searching for informational ideas. They're searching for information and they don't have any intent. So this is where the clicks are going and you're wasting money. So fix that before you touch any bidding or budgets. Then you do a little test your own form and phone numbers. Make sure that your form on your website is working. So many times we see the form is not working properly and you lose out. Nobody's going to call you and say, hey, your form is not working. Um, the third thing, send the click to the page that matches. So it's got the intent. So if you're an insurance company and you're doing business insurance, family insurance, car insurance, life insurance, make sure that the life insurance click goes to the life insurance landing page. Home insurance goes to home, business goes to business. Just don't then send them to the home page, because that's where you will lose a lot of people just bouncing off. Um, One simple or obvious next step is the call button or the phone button is visible on a phone. Test it, because sometimes you have to scroll long way down the page to find that little button. It always needs to be locked on that screen, the what we call the above the fold. They don't need to scroll; they just see it, and then judge the quality of the click and not the count. So broad targeting buys you a lot of volume for sure. You would not have picked yourself, but cheap clicks are the most expensive traffic you can buy. So you need to filter out, and as you keep on adding negative keywords, Google Ads is going to get tightened up, so you can go broad to get the volume at a fraction of the cost, because most of the time phrase or exact matches are more expensive than the broad. Okay, I've got a few couple of comments and questions. I'll come to those in a second once I finish these last few. Okay. Should I bid on my own brand name when I already ranked number one? So this is always going to be a debate everywhere. Is Coke versus Pepsi, McDonald's versus Burger King, Nikon versus Canon, Apple versus Mac, Apple versus PC. And a lot of time the clients will say, well, why should I pay for my click? I already own the top of the page. Well, your competitors can bid on them. So there are pros and cons for it. And then you need to decide what you want to do. So the first thing, ranking first does not mean you are owning the whole page or the whole screen or of that Google page one, because the ads will always sit above your any organic listing, be it your brand name, brand search, or product. So top of the organic results can still be the third thing we've seen, because you got the Google Maps in between as well. It is the cheapest traffic in the account. High quality score because you've got high relevancy, low cost per click, and the best conversion rate you will get anywhere. Now, unfortunately, for my brand name, the click costs are really expensive because of the word SF digital. And Google is then matching my brand name to other companies as well, because there are quite a few SF digital. So I tend to shy away from search, not because of the high click cost, is because of our marketing strategy, which is the core of our marketing strategy is video. Everything starts with a video. This is why we create so much video content. So don't shy away because it's an expensive click. No, if it is converting, then why wouldn't you bid on that? Then you check whether anyone is actually bidding on your brand terms or not. Even if your brand is trademarked, anyone can bid on your brand. Apple can bid on Samsung, Samsung can bid on Apple, but they can't use the competitor names in their ads. That's the only thing they can't do. But you can surely bid on it. And the auction insights reports will answer this for you in a second. If nobody is, keep it small and defensive rather than switching it off. So you're protecting that real estate at the top of Google page. Allocate a separate campaign with its own budget, that this is my brand campaign, and then keep an eye on it. You will know the cost per click, conversion rate, cost per lead, all of that differently in this separate campaign compared to all the other ones. And in this campaign, you can then control the message and the page as well. You got your site links, the current offers, and the exact page that you want them to land on once they click on the ad. And the organic listings gives you none of that. Ads will. So you can control all the site links, the extensions, where you want them to go. And report it, as I said, separately from everything else, because always keep it separate, because you don't know how much of that budget is spent on brand as well as to non-branded. You don't want them blended. You want them separated. Yes, you can keep it in a campaign, and you will know with the ad group which ad group is spending how much. But I would recommend that you always keep it separate, because then you will know what's going on and what's not. Okay. Google keeps ringing with recommendations. Should I apply them? Now, they've got a job to do. I'm not going to slag them off that they keep pestering people. It's their job to do, and we should respect that for sure. But you need to make up your own mind. What is it which will um, be a which will harm your campaigns, or it will make your campaigns convert a bit more. So here are a few pointers which will hopefully help you. So first thing is the optimization score is Google's opinion. It's not gospel or it's not a grading system where people think, oh, I get a call a lot of time from my clients. My optimization score is 92 or 80 or 72. It does not affect your campaign results or campaigns. It's just a guide so that you can see where we are. And then Google has just made it in a with a numeric number so that people try to go to 100% as much as possible. So it measures how closely you follow Google's own suggestions. Now, some suggestions may not be right for you, so you ignore them. So, as I said, 100% is not the target, it's what is right for you and your business. Turn off auto apply, right? Keep it off. Do not turn this on, because then if you turn it on, Google is going to make changes to your account without you knowing about it. Some are genuinely worth doing. Yes, there are some things like broken tracking, disapproved ads, dead landing page links. Those are real faults. Fix them the day you see them. So keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on these recommendations. Two to refuse by default. So these are the two which you must refuse. First thing is to switching everything to broad match. Don't do it. And raising budgets for no reason beyond that you are limited by budget. So you'll always get that red warning sign. You are limited by budget. So don't just increase your budget because of that. And the last thing is ask one question on every call. What does this do to my cost per sale or cost per lead? If they cannot answer it, then politely decline it and ask for it in writing, but they won't give it in writing. All right. How long before the next question is how long before I know if my ads are working or not? Another good question. And people get very impatient that the minute they switch on a campaign, they want instant results. You may start to get leads or sales pretty soon, but sometimes it does take a bit of time. So don't get disheartened that, oh, it's not working. I wasted £100. It may take a little bit of time, and this is why. So, first thing is you must count the conversions, not the number of days your campaigns have been running, for sure. Ideally, you want to reach 30 conversions as quickly as possible, right? Don't think that, oh, I've been running ads for 3 months, because anything below 30 conversions is just noise. So you got to hit that benchmark, because then the campaign will start to settle down. You will start to see your real cost per lead or conversion rates and all that kind of stuff. So different marketeers will tell you different things. What we follow or what I follow is that I want to reach that 30 conversions as quickly as possible. Now, it may take me 10 days, it may take me 10 weeks. I just have to keep going until I reach it. Right off the first fortnight, um, for a couple of weeks, don't make too many changes too quickly, because you're just resetting the AI and the algorithm. Because the first 7 days is the bidding is in the learning stages, right? And the conversions like the spend. So judging it in a week or two tells you nothing, absolutely nothing. Agree the checkpoint before you start. Leads are at what cost, by when, and decide it upfront so the review is a number, not a feeling. So you need to have some kind of projections before you get started. Watch the early signals in the meantime. Keep an eye on it. The search terms, quality, click-through rate, cost per lead, how is it trending? Is it going up, going down? Search impression share, all of these metrics are important. And stop resetting the clock. Every significant change resets learning. So change one thing, let it run, and then judge it. So small tweaks, not big wholesale changes in the account. Okay, so these were the questions which I had prepared. Now it's your chance to put them in the chat. So let me stop sharing my screen and I'll start bringing them up as we go along. All right. How is AI Max for search performing in real accounts compared with traditional search campaigns? And this is from Mohammed Hamza Khan. Thank you, Hamza, for sending this in. For me, it is too early to let you know how they are performing because we haven't yet started um, running AI Max a lot. So I don't have an answer for that yet. Maybe in a couple of months' time or 3 months' time, I'll be able to tell you because what I believe in is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So all these new shiny objects which Google, Facebook, LinkedIn keep throwing at us. Yes, you want to try it, but then just keep a separate campaign with a separate budget. Sometimes the client will say, yes, do it. Quite often they're going to say, no, don't do it. So for me right now to make a comment on that, I can't because I haven't got enough data, to be honest with you, on that. Okay. Well, thank you for your question. Hi, Alamgir. Okay, since the August 17 update, if a budget limited campaign is beating a CPA target by a lot, should I lower the target or just let it run? So, those of you who may not be aware of this update, is if you are beating your uh, CPL or the CPA and you're limited by budget, then Google is going to say, well, if you're not going to increase the budget, we are going to increase your CPL. So it's entirely your call because if you are getting a good um, CPA and the client has got the capacity to increase their business or grow their business, then you need to have this conversation with your client and make them aware of this. Look, if you don't do this, then potentially we will pay more for our lead. So you need to prepare them. Otherwise, what they're going to say is, oh, I was getting $10 leads, now it is $18. What happened? Why have the campaign started performing badly? So put this in writing first of all, and also have this conversation with them for sure. All right. Mohammed Hamza Khan. What's the best way to feed offline conversion CRM data back into Google Ads? There's lots of ways to do this. Quite often is directly through your CRM. We use Pipedrive and we have not integration, but we have a Zap which does that as to where they are and whether that lead has became a deal and whether that deal was won or lost and how much was the value of that of that deal. So that can be done automatically through uh, something like Pipedrive or any other kind of CRM you are using, Salesforce or Monday.com. Another easy way to do, which we do quite a lot, is quite often the clients don't use a CRM. Then you have a problem. So the easiest way to do that is through a Google Sheet. And all you do is you make sure that the client fills in one column for the value and whether that deal or that lead was won or lost. Because in the form, from the form fill, it will go automatically into the Google Sheet. So I would recommend that you do that through Google Sheets. It's very simple and pretty easy to do that. Hi Zainab, how many hooks do you test simultaneously? Great question. Um, for my video ads, I use five hooks. So the way we or I do it is I will have 10 different audiences. Now you can have 20, you can have 30, it's up to you. For me, 10 is fine. Then I've got five different hooks. So just the first, not even 10 seconds, first 8 seconds or so, where I read say the hook is different to the rest of the ad. Rest of the ad is the same. And then we test it for conversions, for click-through rate, and view rate. So there's multiple metrics which we track, not just conversion. So if all five of them are for the top of the funnel campaign, then tracking conversions is the wrong thing to do. What you want to do is then you are tracking the view rate. You want that view rate to be as high as possible. 60%, 70% is a good view through rate. Minimum I would go for is at least 30%. So 1 in 3 is not skipping my ad. Most on average is about 55 to 60% view rate I get, which I'm happy with most of the time. And then if I am not getting those view rate or click through rate or whatever I'm tracking, then I will test different hooks because the audience remains the same. So I'm not changing the audience all the time. I'm running a campaign currently where we're running top of the funnel, middle, and bottom of the funnel campaigns. Now there's a URL on your screen of my school community. You can sign up for free, and in there I update as to what I'm doing. So right now I'm running a campaign with display ads, 5 different ads, same size. I think it's 400 by, is it 600, the half page ad? I can't remember the exact size, but the size is the same. Image, background, call to action button, the text on the button the same. The only hook which we are testing is the headline. 5 different headlines, one for blog, one for Google Ads, one for sales funnel, email marketing, and one for video marketing or something like that. Out of those 5, I'm tracking which is attracting the most clicks. So CTR needs to be high, and obviously the higher the CTR, the CPC is going to be low. So that's what I'm tracking. And then the losing one we pause. So we keep on pausing. If I've got 5, there's only got to be one winner. So I will say, okay, I'm going to test each one of them for about 5,000 impressions. So don't stop them within a few hundred. Now it's up to you whether you want to do 5,000 or 50,000, or you want to spend $10 per ad spend. It also depends on the CPM as well, right? So you make a list. Okay, these are the things which I'm going to track, and if they are not performing after a certain timeline, I'm going to pause them. So I'll get that winner with that hook. Then I'm going to change the call to action button test or the headshot or the background. Keep on winning, changing, and then we've got the winning ad with all the five different things on the ad, which I know are proven. Then from there, we will make it into 336 by 280, 350 by 250, go into responsive display ads as well. So I've taken all the, in every ingredient of that ad as a winning element of that ad. And then we expand them into 10 different sizes and then responsive ads as well. Oh, I see this is the follow up to your first comment. And do you use engagement rate as the metric for it? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Engagement for my display ads, I would say a click through rate. For my video ads, I'm going to be looking at the view rate. So that is those are the two metrics which we will start with to do that. Okay. What else have we got here? No, you. Thank you for being here, Sarah. I appreciate it. Any questions? Let me know. Hello, was watching your videos regarding Google Ads a long time ago. Okay, good. They are the best I've ever seen. Keep it up. I appreciate your feedback and your comment. Truly means a lot to me because even if I make a change for one person, it's all worth it. I'm gonna wait a few more seconds before we wrap this up for this afternoon. So start pinging in your questions if you have any. If not, then we shall catch up again, same time, same place next week. Oh, I think I missed a few. No, I haven't missed any. Perfect. Okay, I think we've covered everybody for this afternoon. Thank you again, and I shall see you guys same place, same time next week. Till then, take care. Bye for now.